Dzień dobry, Krakow, Poland. And today we're in y'all's beautiful market square. And when I'm telling y'all, Poland, why is it so hot right now? But this square is not just any square in Europe. It is the largest market square, the largest medieval market square. But first, one of the things that I really love about Europe is just the old architecture. I feel like every time I come to Europe, I'm always just rush. I'm never just sitting back and honestly acting like a European and just enjoying the sun and enjoying the squares. You really do have to just sit back and just get a nice cold one, a Polish beer, Nostrovia. Honestly, that's a pretty good beer. So apparently, if you want to go up into the town hall tower, it's going to cost you money. But we found out on Mondays, it's free. So I'm going to give it over to Future Davion because it's Sunday right now. So Future Davion, let's go to the tower. And if you're going to go up to the tower on Mondays when it's free, make sure you get there early because if there's a line, they're going to be handing out tickets. So we have to wait 25 minutes before we can go up. But so far, it doesn't seem like a long line. I always ask myself, why did I choose to climb the tower? Okay, I didn't realize it, but there's levels to this tower that you can actually get off and see, and also catch your breath. Why did I choose to climb up a tower when it's so hot here in Poland? We finally made it to the top, but this Polish heat, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely is killing a Texas man right now. And I hate to disappoint y'all, but when you get to the top, you can't go out on the balcony due to safety reasons, apparently. But yeah, we cannot go out to see the beautiful view due to safety reasons. Okay, now you still do get a pretty good view, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I really wish I could go out and see the beautiful panoramic view. So this is the Cloth Hall, which is in the center of the market square. And you can come inside and you can buy some souvenirs. They have ornaments. Actually, I gotta buy an ornament for my mom. And since I'm traveling to so many countries, I got an ornament for my mom. Now this one says the city of Krakow. But this place is very historic, from the 14th century, the Renaissance time. And even when you look up, you can see the different city crests from around Poland. And this is in the middle of the square, so don't miss this. Make sure you see all of the square and support the local economy and don't just walk through. Buy something. In Europe in the medieval times, there was always a bugle player. And here in Krakow, there's a bugle player that is still playing on the hour, and it represents closing and opening the city gates, at least back in the day it did. Now, he's gonna play 4 separate times, and that was based because they had 4 city gates. So he's gonna play in different directions to honor what they did back in the day. Now, right now, he just paused, and he's about to go to the third side and play. And the reason because of that is, back in the day, there was a guy who was playing before the Mongol invasion, and he apparently got shot in the neck by an arrow and then stopped playing. And that's why they stopped playing, and then they go to the other side. I don't know, you can choose which one you think is the real story, but you gotta love Europe, which is how historic it is. Okay, go.
What flavors?
There's different flavors?
One?
Yo, one, please.
You want to split one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sesam?
You don't want like your own?
We can split.
So, do you want to get cheese?
Okay, yeah.
Ser?
Ser, proszę
Tak.
bardzo.
Jeden.
Proszę uprzejmie. 3 złote i 20, proszę uprzejmie. Dzień dobry Państwu.
Dzień
Witam
dobry. Thank you.
Thank you. Tradycyjnie i są.
So this is apparently a bagel and a pretzel. It's a Polish thing here, so this is hard to rip. And which one did we get? What flavor?
Cheese.
So this is
Ser.
cheese flavor, said. You can get one from one of these places right here. I'm not gonna lie, for my American self, I would love to heat this up, and this would probably be 10 times better. But I can see the bagel and the pretzel together. Okay, y'all cannot tell me when you're in Europe and you have beautiful buildings like this, you have towers like that, and then you have people playing live music like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know why everyone just goes to Italia and France and Deutschland. Like, Krakow, Poland, I definitely love y'all. Beautiful, beautiful city. And then Pirates of the Caribbean, like, yes. And one last thing. Make sure you guys do actually tip them. If you stay longer than 15 seconds and listen to the beautiful artists playing. We love Pirates of the Caribbean. You can't tell me that does not make you feel like you're living back in the 14th century, like you're living in the Caribbean. Like, what a time to be alive. I've been to a couple of different castles here in Europe, but I will say Krakow's castle grounds is like vastly different. It's so open, there's so much space, and then looking at this chapel, there's just so much going on. Like, it's very different. I do recommend coming to this place and buying tickets online early or getting here when they open, because they might run out of tickets to the residence hall or they might run out of tickets to the state hall. I think it's really important when you're in a new city, you actually do try to ride their public transportation. So we're waiting on the 10 tram line. But if you're wondering, how can I get a ticket? Look for one of these machines right here and make sure you purchase your ticket, because I know some people say you don't really need to buy a ticket, but especially if you're a foreigner, support the local transportation. Just support it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I feel so good because right now we're headed to an arcade here in Krakow, but we are not in the city center no more. We are away from the tourists and just, there's no one else out here but the locals. Whenever you're in a big city, make sure you leave the city center, the square, and you guys take public transportation and just see how other people, how the locals are living and what the city actually looks like, because can you really say you've been to Krakow? Can you really say you've been to Krakow if you just went to the market square? Yes and no, not really, honestly.
The main thing of this museum is that you don't have to put anything in the machines themselves. You just have to find the start button, and when you do, you just have to press it, and you're good to go on every machine we have here. It's a little bit over there.
Yes.
And of course, one for you.
Come on now. You gotta give it to him.
I tried, okay?
I know this is gonna be the last thing y'all think about doing, but coming to an arcade in Krakow where once you pay all of these games, you can play all of them. So for 1 hour, 2 people is 95 Polish zet. Zloty. 95 Polish zloty. I'm not gonna lie, this is the perfect way to feel like a kid again and to just not feel so stressed with being in the city. Bring your kids here, and more importantly, bring your childhood self here.
Lock sequence initiated.
Of course, you have to make sure you play pinball. This is like that classic 80s theme with playing old arcade games. Y'all need to make sure that y'all come to this arcade place in Krakow, because there is so many games in there from the 80s. There's Japanese games, there's street racing games, there's Star Wars games, Donkey Kong. Like, when I tell y'all, it really felt like I was a kid again. What were your thoughts?
Felt like a Japanese arcade.
Yeah, she is half Japanese. No, she is Japanese. And when you got, okay, Siri, shut up. And whenever you do come to the arcade place, you're gonna be seeing this huge building, and you might be like, "Am I in the right place?" Yes, you're in the right place. Just trust. So now we are trying out 2 different Zapia kanis right here. You can go to any of these different stalls, and they have different versions of the same thing basically. So the first one we're gonna try is going to be the traditional one, and this one has mushrooms and cheese. Now basically what this is it's a baguette cut in half, and it's an open sandwich. And for all my Danish subscribers out there, y'all know we love some smørrebrød, open sandwich. Let's see, do the Poles know what they're doing with open sandwiches? This is good. This is really good. 8.5, rounded up to a 9. And a little bit of history about these different, a little bit of history. This is street food that I believe started in the 70s. That's when this was really popular. Now this bad hunk right here, this is a full size. Now this one has tomatoes on it, has chorizo, has mushrooms, and then cheese. I guess, I should probably eat with the plate thing so I can at least have some kind of manners since my mom raised me properly. I don't know why American tomatoes are not that good in Texas, but these tomatoes are fire. I'm gonna have to go with a 9 out of 10 for this one. I like the extraness. Like, just look at that open sandwich. This right here, fire. Fire. I'm making this at home for all my friends in Texas. Like, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.